Emma's Journey from Tears to Sunshine. Chapter 1. A House Without Laughter. Emma lived in a small town where the wind was colder and the nights felt longer. Her house stood at the edge of a dirt road, far from the market and the busy streets. The windows were cracked, the roof often leaked, and there was never enough wood to keep the home warm during winter. Emma's father died when she was 6. It was a quiet, painful day she could never forget. After his funeral, laughter disappeared from their home. Her mother, a tired woman with soft eyes and rough hands, began working long hours as a house cleaner. She left before the sun rose and came home after dark, carrying bags of vegetables and sore feet. Emma was lonely. She had no siblings, no toys, and no time for play. Other children at school wore clean uniforms and bright shoes. Emma's clothes were always second-hand. She didn't complain. Instead, she whispered to herself, "One day, I'll make things better." She studied under candlelight and often read her schoolbooks twice, even when her stomach hurt from hunger. When classmates teased her, she smiled politely and sat quietly. Despite the sadness in her home, Emma carried something deep in her heart. Hope. Chapter 2. A Door Opens. By the time Emma finished high school, she was one of the top students in the region. Teachers admired her dedication. One teacher, Mrs. Lila, saw her talent and guided her to apply for a scholarship at the capital city's university. Emma had never seen a city. When she received the acceptance letter, her hands shook. Her mother cried, not tears of sadness, but tears of pride. In the city, everything was unfamiliar. The roads were full of cars, the buildings tall, and the people walked fast. She shared a room with 3 other girls in a noisy hostel near the campus. She had only one suitcase and $10 in her pocket. Emma didn't have money for new books or bus fare, so she walked to classes every day. At night, she worked in a library dusting bookshelves and helping students check out books. It was quiet there, and she liked the smell of old paper. Life was still hard, but Emma felt stronger. Each lecture, each note she took, brought her closer to her dream, to become a teacher. She kept a journal. One night she wrote, "I miss my mother. I miss the quiet. But I am becoming who I want to be." Chapter 3. Rising from Struggle University was not just about books, it was about life. Emma learned how to speak in front of others, how to write essays, and how to express herself with confidence. She also learned how to survive. She became friends with Maya, a cheerful girl who loved music and coffee. Maya helped Emma buy her first second-hand laptop. In return, Emma helped Maya pass her English exam. Their friendship grew strong. Emma took part in group presentations and often helped other students with their assignments. One professor said, "Emma, you'll be a wonderful teacher one day." Her heart grew full. After 4 years, Emma graduated with honors. She wore a borrowed graduation gown, but her smile was her own. Her mother came to the ceremony. She had taken a bus for 10 hours just to see her daughter walk across the stage. They held each other tightly and wept. "You did it," her mother whispered. "No," Emma said. "We did it." Chapter 4. Giving back. Emma returned to her hometown. The village hadn't changed much. The roads were still dusty, and the air still smelled like firewood. But something in Emma had changed. She had returned not just as a daughter, but as a teacher. She found work at a small public school. The children were poor, like she had once been. Some came without shoes. Some hadn't eaten breakfast. Emma knew what that felt like. She created fun, simple lessons. She told stories, used songs, and made vocabulary games from recycled paper. Her classroom was small, but full of energy and smiles. Emma started a free weekend class called English for Everyone. She opened it under a tree outside her house. Children brought old notebooks and sat on the ground. Emma brought her love for teaching. Soon, the weekend classes grew. Parents began to help. Someone donated plastic chairs. Another family brought snacks. It became a place of learning and laughter. Emma said to one of her students, "You don't need to be rich to be smart. You only need to believe in yourself." Chapter 5. Sunshine in her heart. Today, Emma is 32 years old. She lives in the same town, but now she owns a small house with a flower garden. Her mother no longer works. Emma takes care of her now. She wakes up early, makes tea, and walks to school with joy. Her classroom walls are covered in drawings and English phrases like "I can do it," "never give up," and "learning is power." Emma is not famous. She does not have a big salary. But in her students' hearts, she is a hero. Once, a student asked her, "Teacher, why are you always happy?" She smiled and replied, "Because I know what sadness feels like. And now I choose joy every day." She teaches not only grammar and vocabulary, but also courage, kindness, and self-worth. Emma is living proof that even the darkest path can lead to light. She often tells her students, "The past is a place to learn from, not to live in. Your future is still in your hands." Vocabulary list: quiet, without much noise or activity. Example: the village was very quiet at night. Passed away, died, a polite way to say someone has died. Example: Emma's father passed away when she was 6. Shelter, a place to live or to be protected from bad weather. Example: they lived in a small house that provided shelter from the cold. Second-hand, used by someone else before. Example: Emma wore second-hand clothes to school, worn out, very old, or damaged from use. Example: her shoes were completely worn out. Encouraged, gave support or hope. Example: her mother encouraged her to study hard. Candlelight, light from a candle. Example: Emma read books by candlelight. Homework, schoolwork done at home. Example: she always finished her homework on time. Support, to help or assist someone. Example: her teachers gave her support when she needed it. Scholarship, money given to a student to help pay for education. Example: Emma applied for a scholarship to study in the city. Belongings, things someone owns. Example: Emma packed all her belongings before leaving the village. Accepted, chosen, or approved. Example: she was accepted into the university. Pride, a feeling of satisfaction from success. Example: her mother was full of pride at her graduation. Tiny, very small. Example: Emma lived in a tiny room with 3 other girls. Noisy, full of noise or loud sounds. Example: the city was noisy compared to her village. Confident, sure of yourself and your abilities. Example: she became more confident each day. Dedication, strong commitment to a goal. Example: her dedication to learning inspired others. Praised, said good things about someone or their work. Example: her professor praised her writing skills. Essay, a short piece of writing on a subject. Example: Emma wrote an essay about education and change. Notebook, a book with blank pages used for writing. Example: she always carried her notebook to class.